picking up multiple enemy signatures at the extremity of our range. I've got 2 carrier-class vessels in tow.
The Galcian have located us. We have no choice. We need to keep moving deeper into the open desert. Set course for the Sarathi Basin. Once we arrive, we'll transmit to Sakala our coordinates. Engine crews, stand by to engage maximum power.
The shipwreck was a Coalition carrier, last seen 4 years ago. The wreck has been ransacked by Galcian troops looking for something. We believe it was the recovered artifact. We have also recovered the encrypted first officer's log from the derelict carrier. It belonged to my brother. The data is spotty, but this is what we have deciphered.
This is First Officer Jacob Sajet of the carrier Ifrit Nabal. 1,256 souls aboard. We've been immobilized by dune collapse. There are considerably more artifacts at the Kalash location. This is the First Officer of the carrier Ifrit Nabal, signing off.
Target site. Rachel, scout ahead and establish a positive ID.
Roger that.
Are you guys seeing this?
Affirmative.
Commencing scan.
What are we dealing with?
Stand by. Checking the data now. It's some kind of ship. I'm beginning analysis superstructure. Readings show considerable heavy metal deposits. This is definitely the clash site that Jacob was talking about. Data confirms the Ifrit Nabal artifact was indeed removed from this location. I'm also detecting wreckage strewn across the valley below. I'll need to set up additional scanners to get a clearer picture of exactly what happened here. Fed the scan data into the computers and added my spectrum and IR readings. I'm heading back to the Kapisi now.
Copy that. We're all eager to hear the results of your analysis.
I bet. You're gonna like this.
For the first time in as long as any of us can remember, we are finally able to shed some light on the history of our planet and conceivably our origins as a people. What we have found here is nothing short of miraculous. An ancient starship lost to the desert for 1,000 years. The structural damage it sustained, the compression patterns, the debris footprint, all of it is consistent with atmospheric penetration followed by ground impact. But why did it crash here? What happened? Many questions remain unanswered. We know that the satellite data we collected identified hundreds of similar sites scattered throughout the Great Banded Desert. Each one of these could be a wreck just like the Clash. It is safe to assume the Galcian have been exploiting these resources for years. Now it's our turn. Composed of exotic materials and compounds not native to our planet, each represents a potential treasure trove of untapped resources and alien technology we can leverage in our fight against the Galcian, and which may well hold the key to our survival on Kharak.
All crews, prepare to shipbreak.
Intel. Detailed scans have identified one section of the Kalash with energy readings far exceeding normal parameters. I'll begin salvaging there first. my shipbreaking plan works, we'll move out into the valley below and expand operations.
Copy that, Rachel. Deploying security teams to defend the inner perimeter.
There it goes.
Nice work.
Easy. There can be no hiding from the Galcian in the Great Desert. We are the desert. As before, you have violated this holy site. Only now you have chosen to destroy it, pillaging its sacred artifacts to serve your profane ambitions. You may go no further. Prepare to face the wrath of Seljuk and beg his divine forgiveness. I will pray for your soul.
Reinforcements have arrived. I say again, Sedim reinforcements have arrived. All units, hold fast and maintain position.
This is Captain Rashad of the Sedim carrier Sakala. Sakala, be advised. The enemy carrier Ashoka and her fleet have us surrounded. Understood. We warned you and our coalition partners for years of the Galcian threat. We called for a total cleansing of the desert wastelands, but now this appears beyond our reach. I suggest we finish off these Gritidim while we have the advantage. Agreed. Convoy formation and stand by to pursue.
B. We are still no match for her speed. Having relocated to a wide debris field deep within the Baladin Dune Sea, the Ashoka appears to be conducting much-needed resource operations. The Sakala will maneuver to the north and draw the Ashoka away. The Kapisi will then strike directly at the enemy resourcing operations. Once we have wiped out their ground forces, we'll move to eliminate the Ashoka, clearing a path to the site of the primary anomaly. The Sedim have transferred us 2 bombers to assist in the operation. All units, prepare for battle.
Kapisi, this is the Sakala. We are in position and ready to engage. Understood. Moving to attack now. Good luck.
We have reached the vicinity of the Ashoka's resourcing operations. Enemy carrier detected. Moving fast on our location. The Ashoka has arrived. All carrier personnel to battle stations. The Ashoka is heading towards a nearby resource deposit.
What the hell was that?
An electromagnetic pulse.
Multiple units disabled.
Estimate time to recovery.
Several minutes.
Until then, they're defenseless.
The Ashoka is heading for more resources and deploying additional defensive units.
This is the captain.
Initiate evasive maneuvers and continue to engage the Ashoka until the EMP-disabled units come back online. Galcian Interceptor Group, ETA, 60 seconds. Deploy anti-aircraft assets to intercept them before they land on the Ashoka. Contact. Move to fire.
You have proved a worthy opponent, but let your joy be tempered with the knowledge that your death is inevitable.
There can be no peace on Kharak, so long as your Kithid pursue a path to the stars.
The advanced cooling system the Gaalsien have been using to endure the deep desert heat is unlike anything Coalition scientists have been able to develop. I found a way to merge their tech with our existing thermal control assembly, allowing us to shunt additional power to weapons and armor, while simultaneously increasing our repair abilities and targeting range.
We also uncovered the existence of a Gaalsien military base at the edge of the Dune Sea. Adjacent to the base is a resourcing operation. Similar to the plan of attack we used against the Ashoka, the Sakala will engage the enemy first, then pull back, drawing as many defenders away as possible. The Kapisi will then move in and shut down their resourcing operation before turning her attention to the base itself.
Imagine how many artifacts, how much Gaalsien research is stored inside that base.
All units, prepare to engage the enemy. Substantial resource deposits confirmed. Roger that. Be careful, Rachel. Rachel, what is your team status?
Status
We lost transmission, Captain. The Gaalsien forces have split into... Rachel.
Yes, I read you. That was close.
I've never seen storms like this so far north. All communications are down, but the Kapisi's hull is holding fast. At this time, we are operating at partial capacity. Key systems still need to be brought online.
Our initial satellite data identified the location of the primary anomaly, along with dozens of secondary targets. We will take a northern route, skirting the Baladin Formation. Doing this, we will avoid Gaalsien territory and the worst of the deep desert heat. We will then cut south to the primary anomaly, the main goal of our expedition. As Chief Science Officer, Rachel Sajet will sample, analyze, and provide intelligence on these objects as we move deeper into the desert. The carrier Sakala has confirmed they are moving east with significant force and are expected to meet us at these coordinates. East of Cape Wrath, a place known as Hell's Gate.
Checking the data now. It's some kind of ship. I'm beginning analysis of the main superstructure. Readings show considerable heavy metal deposits. This is definitely the clash site that Jacob was talking about. Data confirms the Ifrit Nabal artifact was indeed removed from this location. I'm also detecting wreckage data into the computers and added my spectrum and IR readings. I'm heading back to the Kapisi now.
Copy that. We're all eager to hear the results of your analysis.
I bet. You're gonna like this. Detailed scans have identified one section of the Kalash with energy readings far exceeding normal parameters. I'll begin salvaging there first. Once I've confirmed my shipbreaking plan works, we'll move out into the valley below and expand operations.
Copy that, Rage.
Kharak Kapisi. There can be no hiding from the Galcian in the Great Desert. We are the desert. As before, you have violated this holy site. Only now you have chosen to destroy it, pillaging its sacred artifacts to serve your profane ambitions. You may go no further. Prepare to face the wrath of Sajuk and beg his divine forgiveness. I will pray for your soul.
All units assume convoy formation and stand by to pursue.
This is the Sakala. We are in position and ready to engage.
Understood. Moving to attack now. Good luck.
We have reached the vicinity of the Ashoka's resourcing operations.
Installation, the Galcian base was filled with bizarre religious imagery and ancient inscriptions. We also found this recording.
Noble and kind people of the desert, the North is suffering. Even now, as their cities thirst for water and their citizens choke on the encroaching desert sands, we seek only peace. Their ascent into space was a violation of the will of Sajuk. Unchecked, they will bring his wrath down upon us all. War has been forced upon us. The North will know us now, no longer as brothers, but by counting the number of their dead. May there be peace on Kharak once again.
We can expect fiercer resistance ahead.
You're gonna want to see this. Incredible. The ship, it appears to be fully intact. My God. How is this possible? The cavity surrounding the ship is perfectly smooth. No evidence of digging or... We need to start artifact retrieval operations immediately.
Roger that. Salvage crews standing by. We've got enemy contact. Missile launch detected.
The quantum signature from these ships to the primary anomaly. I believe it's the source of the waveform and responsible for the starship wrecks scattered throughout the Great Banded Desert. Its power is beyond anything we even thought possible.
We must reach the primary anomaly and unearth its secrets. Our passage through the Kharak Highlands will be through the Whispering Gallery, a narrow canyon located here. The Sakala will meet us at the mouth of the canyon, and together we will punch through to the Dreamlands on the other side.
Sakala, this is the Kapisi. Do you copy?
Sakala receiving. 2 Galcian carriers are blocking our advance. They appear to be an elite battle group of the Kharak. We require your immediate assistance.
Roger that. We're closing on your position now. Prepare for Allied contacts. Kapisi out.
The Sakala is currently positioned here. Ready all combat groups to support Allied fleet. Watch for friendly designated.
Launch.
Operations update. RUs in the region have been...
We have defeated the Kharak carriers. Let's move to open ground and get out of this canyon. Bring engines to full.
With the fall of Epsilon Base, Galcian intelligence acquired the satellite data and coordinates of our expedition's destination. They believe that whatever lies at the center of the Dreamlands, our target, is Kartoba, the birthplace of our existence on Kharak, and the key to their ascension.
That's not all. Having decrypted the Galcian base data, I found a message from my brother embedded in the code.
Rachel, if you find this, you know I've been taken prisoner by the Galcian forces. One of the artifacts they've unearthed is the trigger to a weapon of vast, destructive power. They do not yet understand what they possess, but I do, and I have a plan. I know you're coming. Be ready.
The Kharak fleet is making for the primary anomaly. With no other choice but to resupply, we need to rendezvous with the Coalition landers inbound from Tyr. Surrounded by desert, the only place they can set down is the Kashar Plateau, located here. Coordinates locked in.
Landers, both Sujet and Sadim, are currently inbound, which means we need to secure that plateau. Plateau secured. We need to hold this landing zone.
By the Kharak fleet approaching the site of the primary anomaly.
Oh my god.
It's some kind of orbital weapons platform. The weapon issued a recognition code to the surface. An ID transponder returned the signal. The return signal originated here.
That's it. That's what Jacob was talking about. I need to go investigate the source of that signal.
It's risky, but you're right, Rachel. Take a combat escort and secure the transponder. Galcian reinforcements are closing on our position fast, but we should be able to hold them off long enough to resupply. We will then rendezvous at your location.
Roger that.
Kapisi, this is
is Lander 05 Bravo. Do you copy? Inbound on your marker. Emergency fuel critical. We are racing the gauge and will only have one chance before our tanks run dry.
Understood. We'll have the red carpet rolled out.
We must defend the landing zone until our transports arrive. We anticipate Gaussian assaults will come at us through these approaches here. Turrets and mines will prove effective at these choke points. We've had salvage teams reclaim the wreckage of several Gaussian heavy turrets. The turrets have been positioned at defensive locations on the plateau, but their armor is damaged. Repair those turrets. We'll need all the firepower we can get.
Hey, BC. This is Sedim Lander 29 Echo requesting clearance to land.
Copy 2-9. You are clear to land.
Understood.
The Sakala has arrived. Looks like they coordinated their arrival.
Once they offload their supplies, prep for our Sajet landers. It's gonna be touch and go. I want medical and fire suppression teams on alert.
The Gaussian are deploying
To our coalition brothers and sisters, you have inflicted great devastation upon the Gaussian scum. For that, we applaud your bravery. We will not forget your sacrifice. But our time of ascension is at hand. Only the Sedim and our Kithsa are of divine origin. Only we can claim the bounty that lies at the heart of this desert. The first city and its secrets belong to us, and us alone.
Intel. The ID transponder signal originated from a wreck. A military capital ship that seems to be named Tidan. The Tidan deployed the orbital weapon, then suffered the same fate as the other wrecks, crashing to the surface before the weapon could be enabled. Escaping the Gaussian base, Jacob crossed the wastelands and located the Tidan. Coupled with a transponder hidden aboard this ship, he used the trigger to arm the weapon. But without adequate food, water, or protection, he died here, alone.
We're coming for you, Rachel. Hold out until we get there.
Understood, Intel. Science team standing by.
disengage and rendezvous with the Capisi at once. Ensure officer...
We have Rachel in sight. Reducing speed. Be advised the Capisi has been operating in the red for hours and she is overheating.
The Capisi has taken damage from overheating the drive systems. Our
Cooling tanks online at 4.3. Marine power plant reading 5.9. Cycling at 30 seconds.
Thanks to the sacrifice of Rachel's brother, we finally hold the key to defeating the Galcian once and for all. The Titan orbital weapon is operational and under our control. Rachel is making final preparations to ensure the fleet's safety as we secure the Kartoba site.
Power and discharge protocols in the green, targeting and alignment data is suboptimal. We will require a ground-based scanner network to resolve firing accuracy, or nobody will be safe out there.
The Kartoba site is located here. The Galcian fleet is holding their position outside the targeting perimeter. When they realize we have safely entered the site, they will advance and surround us. We will not have much time. Rachel, stand by to deploy.
Roger that.
The wreck in sight. No movement detected. Conducting preliminary scan. Quantum signature verified. The site appears undisturbed. Pristine. I'm going in.
Copy that, Rachel.
Our scanners have picked up something. It's all around us. It's incredible. An entire city buried beneath the sand. This must be it. This must be Kartoba, the first city of Kharak. It's real.
Northern Kithid of Kharak. Everything you have achieved, the battles you have won, they were preordained by the great Sajuk himself. To believe otherwise is vanity. His will is our destiny. But words alone will not stay your hand. That much will be clear. You have brought this darkness. You have chosen war. May the blood sand quiet the great slumber of Sajuk. My creator? The wrath of Sajuk will descend upon Kharak in an unimaginable hailstorm of fire and death. Know that you will one day bring this fate upon us all. Heed my words, complete. Step into his light and be absolved.
The truth of our origins is only now being revealed. Descendants of the great derelicts of Kharak, we are all one. We are all Kushan. My brother said, salvation lay in the desert. It's too early to know for sure if he was right, but one thing is certain. This is not the end, but rather a new beginning for us all.